Hi and welcome to the Social Commuter Podcast, your one-stop shop for all the latest marketing trends, platform updates and creators we're loving.
This week we have a bit of a weird mix of businesses, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, the social platforms, they're a bit strange from usual. So I think we just kick it off. Do you want to go first?
Okay, so my big platform update of the
Yep.
week is TikTok is bringing back their film competition.
I think it's so good they do this. It's
yeah,
so fun.
It's really bringing like creators to the front,
Yeah.
which is amazing. So basically there's 3 categories that you can win in.
Okay.
There's basically like the overall winner, the best director and the best script. And the winner gets £10,000.
And it's not too bad of a prize, is it?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the biggest prize that you can get.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
I love
And it has
that.
to be a video of over 1 minute in TikTok's format. So I think that's pretty fun.
Oh, yeah, it's so good. I mean, if I had video skills, I would apply.
Yeah.
But I don't, so I'm not going to bother faffing with that.
Yeah.
But then I've noticed a lot of Threads updates this week. I feel like Threads they keep updating, and it's quite interesting because I'm like, what are they up to?
It's still relatively new,
I
aren't they?
know, which is crazy. So Threads have a draft option that they're rolling out, so they're just testing it at the minute, and you can only draft like one thread, which is a bit annoying, and people are a bit like, well, it's a bit pointless.
Yeah.
But like I said before, it's just a tester at the minute, but I think it's good.
Yeah.
Because if I'm writing up my thoughts, I like to just save it and come back to it. But we'll see what they're up to. And then they're also adding photos, so when you can basically take a photo on the Threads app, sort of like on Instagram how you can.
Yeah.
But 1 picture per thread, and they're still just testing it out. So only certain users get access to this at the minute. But hopefully people like it and it'll go well and it'll come up better
Yeah.
in future.
Interesting.
And then I've also seen Threads and Meta, bit of a link there.
Mm-hmm.
So Threads and Facebook are trying to intertwine, I guess, the content. So you know how on Facebook now you have an option that's like share to Instagram?
Yeah.
You can now do that, but share to Threads.
Interesting.
So yeah.
That is interesting because Facebook and Instagram have quite similar content
Yeah.
types. Facebook
I
and
know.
Threads are very different, I
They
think.
are very weird.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what's happening with that. But I don't think I would want people that have on Facebook to know the thoughts that are going on in my like Twitter Threads app. It's just a bit
Yeah, I just
weird.
I don't think it's very easily repurposed, to be
No,
honest,
but-
but that'd be interesting.
You know,
It
I think
might
Meta
change how
likes
Threads
to
is used.
connect, don't they?
Yeah.
Like to be entwined. But yeah, what else have you
Nice.
noticed?
So, Instagram are bringing out a new AI backdrop for stories.
You told me about this.
Yes.
It's so weird.
So at the moment, there's colour in the background. So if you
Yeah.
repost a post, it will automatically do like this colour. But they're bringing out a backdrop feature where you can select part of the image and then AI will create a photo
It
to
is
go
cool,
behind
but
Image,
will it be
yeah.
that good? That's what I'm trying to think.
it. Exactly. So I think it's being trialled, as you
Good,
said,
yeah, yeah.
at the moment. But we might see this coming to us very soon.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I think it's cool and it's quite interesting how like businesses are using AI instead of just being, I guess, cowards to the app.
Yeah.
Like social media platforms as well. I thought they'd be a little scared because of how much AI is going around, but instead they're like leaning into
Embracing it.
Yeah, which I
Yeah.
do like. I think it's good they're doing that.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see. I don't think it'll be that great to start with. I think it's going to be trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Canva, an app that I think you would all use as social media managers, they have an option where you can expand an image. So I'm assuming it's sort of going to be similar
Yes.
formatted to that.
I think so. I think sometimes it can be quite boring because you can't, if you're
Yeah.
reposting a post, you can't put a photo behind it as your backdrop.
Yeah, it's a bit of a
so-
faff to try. I've
Yeah.
tried it before, and you have to put it in the corner and then drag it in. It's just
It's just a faff.
it is a faff.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
No, not very
but
easy to access. So yeah, this should be quite fun.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
And then this is a platform that we don't talk about really at all. Snapchat. I mean, all we talked about is the fact that people use it, and
Yeah.
I'm a sucker. I mean, I don't text anyone. I text on Snapchat.
Yeah,
There's
same.
no benefit for
Same.
it, but I think that's just how we know to talk now, and it's how we've sort of been around. So Snapchat are partnering with, please bear my pronunciation, I believe it's Fospra
Yeah.
thing, and they're trying to help marketers measure the impact of their sort of Snapchat campaigns, which I think will be interesting because maybe we will see more businesses use Snapchat
Yeah.
as a sort of way to sell their products instead of Instagram and Facebook.
I've seen that a lot more recently.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, particularly in between stories and
There's
on
a
those
lot.
like creator stories that you
Yeah.
can get.
So I think it's interesting that you'll be able to sort of track that now and then see. And I've also seen Meta do a little tiny update. So some people, like, again, they're really doing a lot of tests this week, aren't they? They're sort like not fully committing, but they're adding little tasters to everyone. So a meta verified bit on the comments. So there's an option on the comments that says all comments, and then you can also see verified accounts only. So it's basically meant to help the verified accounts get a bit more reach, which I don't really think they need.
Yeah.
But maybe it is to get people to try and buy the verified tag a bit more and stuff like that. So
yes, 100%.
We'll have to see what's going on with that.
I think this is why they had things rolling out quite so much on Snapchat as well, because of Snapchat Plus, which is ad-free.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll see a lot more ads on Snapchat now.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to try and do, push it. Because it's not that expensive, Snapchat Plus, but I just don't see the point in it. There's some benefits, you know, as we know. People can be a bit creepy on Snapchat Plus. They can really stalk you on it. No. But I just don't think that's something I would personally spend my money on. I don't think it's for me.
Me neither.
No. Is that it for updates?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. And then trends this week. They're a bit weird, aren't they?
Yeah, it was really hard to find trends this week. I think
Honestly,
content's a bit all over the place at the moment.
They're like loads of micro trends and not really like one that's just sort of sweeping.
Yeah.
So, do you want to kick off? Oh,
you go.
If you insist. So I have seen that if I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anyone, but I would show them. And then it's basically like a swipey picture. So we're going to describe it so weird. A swipey picture. And then you swipe it, and then it's like a collage or a couple different images of basically things you would, if you had the lottery, basically.
Yeah.
It's great for people that aren't a business to use, but I just am quite curious how businesses would use it.
It'd be easy. Like if you were a product business.
A product business
so
is a good
easy.
shout, yeah.
Yeah.
If I won the lottery, I'd just...
You'd be able to tell them, like, yeah.
That's a good shout. I think it's going to be one of those. I think it'll just be a wave, to be honest. I've seen so many of them over the past maybe 48 hours. None before, none after. And then I've also seen my card was declined in therapy trend, which is also a bit of a weird one to try and explain. This is a really one,
but it took me ages to get my head around this one. Yeah. It's not very easy to understand originally.
No, it's not. But it's basically... Imagine you got to get into like the imagine zone with this. So you're in therapy and everything you talked about, and it's like something that they're trying to, if your car gets declined, they're going to bring it back to you. Is my horrible description of the trend.
Yeah, that's a really good way of describing actually.
I think businesses could use it. I think if they wanted to say like trendy and up to date, you could definitely work your way around that. You could like take the mick and be like, my old boss is back, you know, something like that. So you just have to fiddle around, you know, mess around with it a bit, and then hopefully, what have you noticed?
So my trends this week, I saw this trend that was a bit, I don't know, it was very similar to the golden retriever and black cat.
And I love that trend. That went on for a while.
It did go on for a really long time, and it's been changed now to this white swan, black swan.
Okay.
And it's just a bit more of a grand version of the trend. Is probably the best way to describe it. It's like more to opera music, but like this sound is like trending. I will repost on social community TikTok.
Yes, as always.
But no, it's very interesting. It's just like copy and paste really of the other trend, but it's just a different twist on it. Like
we love a grand version of it.
Yeah, we do.
So
we do.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite weird trends this week.
Very weird. I had another one actually. What was it? Oh yeah, people are looking towards summer like a lot.
Yay!
So yeah, which I think we always see around this time of year, because it's like, you know, the sun's starting to get a little bit there, but it's not quite there. So there's a lot of content of reminder, this is what this place is going to look like in a few months.
So easy for businesses to use.
Yeah.
Restaurants, cafes, even shops, to be honest. It could be great. So maybe get ahead on that. I'm excited for summer.
I'm so excited.
It's like the only way I can get through like March and Feb is just in my head. It's summer soon.
Exactly.
And that's it.
I think everyone's the same.
Yeah.
That's why it's so
It's been
big.
one of those years. So get posting your summer highlights.
Yeah.
It'll be so fun.
Yes.
And then my creator this week, you know, I've not done a marketing creator. I've decided to go back to my root and do a little micro influencer. So she's called Georgie Marshall, and she doesn't have many posts, doesn't have many followers, but she seems awesome. You know, does very similar to, you know, the usual sort of micro influencers, hauls, days in the life. I just don't know why. They're just vibes.
I love
They're
that.
great. So definitely one to keep your eye out for.
Give a follow.
Yes, have you noticed?
So my creator of the week was at Laura Home _ and she is an account dedicated to romanticising life in England, which
love it.
Is so needed sometimes. Like because like the weather's not very good.
No,
and,
it's hard to think positively
so,
about where we live, but it's fine.
But it's so, I love watching her content and like baking and around the house, like romanticizing life at home. Like, it's lovely.
If you romanticize your life, everything's happy. Life's great now.
Exactly. It's basically self-care.
Yeah, that's what you need. So I will have a check her out of her later. But I think that's it for this week's episode. And we've definitely covered some unusual sort of social media bits compared to just the Instagram and TikTok. We've not seen any TikTok updates as well, which is quite interesting.
No, but that's kind of in a shambles at the moment.
Yeah, but we called it out last week, didn't we? So we'll have to see. But thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.